The Kentucky basketball team scrimmages, the TBT alumni team, La Familia. A lot of positive takeaways, a lot of surprises in the lineups. We're going to talk about that. We've got more news on Andrea Yelovich. A lot of things to break down on today's episode of the Wildcats Today Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak, publisher over at Kentucky Wildcats on SI. Joined, as always, by Carson Nash. Carson, it's Friday morning, so you know us here at Wildcats Today are always a tad bit more fired up on a Friday morning.
Oh, of course. And La Familia plays tonight, so something to look forward to. Got the weekend coming up, good vibes all around.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm looking forward to that ball game. But, hey, listen, we Carson and I finally figured out how to, dive deeper into YouTube analytics because, technology, goes right over my head. But one of the things we noticed, there's a lot of people viewing that aren't hitting that subscribe button. Hey, if you haven't already, hit that out. Really helps us out. Hit that notification bell, lets you know when we're putting videos out and all that stuff. So do all that. It really helps us. We really would appreciate all of that support. But Carson, let's get right into talking about this scrimmage. I've seen there's 20 different ways you can talk about this basketball game. I think that the most interesting storyline to me, and we'll start with this because once again, there's 20 different ways to attack this, but I think the biggest surprise for me was Trent Noah getting the nod. What did you think when you heard about that? What was your reaction to that?
I honestly like the fact that he started. I think it shows that Pope has trust in him to let him lead and start. And I also think it was partly Pope just giving him the nod because he's been there a year. He knows the system well. And it's no knock to Mo D because I think by game one, Mo D is the starter. But I think it really was just Trent was there a year already. He put his time in. He knows the system well. So, hey, we're going to start Trent Noah. And I heard he played really good. So, yeah. So big time out of Trent. He's got his body right. He's jumping higher now. He's making everything like he always does. So the Mountain Mamba's looking primed for year two.
Yeah. But, I mean, to talk big picture about something like that, that is such a positive for this basketball team because, once again, I mean, this is one of the players that I think if you asked a lot of Kentucky fans to rank the roster top to bottom skill-wise, he'd probably be in the bottom 5 or 6, based of those rankings. And if players like that are stepping up and getting better, that is what takes this Kentucky basketball team to the next level because I just don't think many teams are going to be able to hang with the depth of this Kentucky basketball team. It's one of, if not the deepest teams in all of college basketball. So that's the big reason why I think the Wildcats are going to be deeper than just about anybody else this year. If your guys like that, your 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th guys are stepping up and proving that they can be elite players this year for Pope, it's going to be huge. Now, Carson, what are your thoughts for those that are saying, well, they only won by 8 points? What is your immediate reaction to the folks saying that?
The immediate reaction is in the first scrimmage against La Familia last year, we lost by 20 points.
Yeah.
So they'll scrimmage them again, and they'll probably win by more, is my thought. And also, I mean, these are guys that are good basketball players on the other side. I mean, you got the Harrison twins, Archie Goodwin, Willie Cauley-Stein, Deron Lamb. All these guys are playing professionally, and they're good basketball players against some college kids. They're older. They're older men, and so they're dang good. And so, I mean, if you can come out and play your first real live game against somebody and win by 8 points after being down at halftime and come back and get back in the game and then win by 8, that says something about this team and their fight for sure.
Well, I mean, it's a veteran, savvy, professional basketball team that you're playing that understands the ins and the outs of how to succeed and how to score and how to do all these things. And once again, I mean, when you play a team like that, a veteran, old basketball team, it's tough. I mean, these guys just know how to play the game. They've been playing professionally for some of them 5 years, some of them 10 years. And we found a way to get the win in the end, and that is what mattered to me. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't. First of all, I think if we would have lost by a point, now if we get blown out by 25, okay, I'd maybe be like, all right, what's that about? But like, I'm just not going to read too much into this basketball game either way, because I don't think in the grand scheme of things, it really matters all that much. But I think it's good. And that's what Coach Pope talked about. Is like, this is good for us to get reps. We've been playing against each other for so long. Now we get to play against somebody else. I think this, and Coach Pope said, I wish these guys could have been here for 3 weeks. Because, and he's like, I wish we did this every year.
I mean, who gets the opportunity to play against superstars like that in practice? Nobody.
Yeah. Nobody else gets that luxury. And that's why I love, here's my, because Louisville's TBT team, they're pretty good. That's because that's
their best players of all time on the TBT team. Our best players.
If we had Shea and Anthony Davis, and they could have Donovan Mitchell, and then it's like,
and then I raised you Devin Booker.
Yeah.
I'm
going to raise you the third highest paid player in the NBA. Then you raise me the fourth, and I'll raise you the fifth, and then we'll get down low to some of those guys down there. But yeah, I think that was a good thing. And then I heard that people talked good about Aberdeen and Cam Williams both shooting the basketball. That's good because once again, I saw Jasper make a 3 in that clip. I mean, shooting, as we know, is going to be a big part of this basketball team. And Mark Pope is going to want to shoot the ball a lot. We'll still see how many times they shoot it per game, but it looks like you've got a lot of guys that can shoot the ball. I also I heard that Jaylen Low did a good job of, getting to spots and making shots and getting good looks. And I mean, some of the looks that, we heard that Low got, I mean, he would have just shed a tear if he got them last year, because he never got those at
he wouldn't have known what to do with it. He would have froze.
And, obviously Colin Chandler didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And
JQ was out.
Obviously didn't
play. And then
play.
Yelovich as well.
And Yelovich. Want to share the Yelovich stuff that Pilgrim was talking about?
Yeah, so that they released that he's supposed to be here late August, I think.
Is it late? That was beginning August.
Yeah, no, it was late. It was late August, which is great news because, I mean, a week ago we had no idea what was even going on. So just the fact that we know he's going to be on campus and he got his school done and he's all ready to go and the visa thing is all taken care of. So he's going to be rocking for game 1. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this. I was talking to a dude the other day that plays pro in the same league as Yelovich, and he was talking about how nasty he is and how good he's going to be. And, you like hearing that from someone that Yelovich has competed against. I mean, because once again, this wasn't off the record conversation. There was no reason for him to be like, dude, he could have been like, I don't know, he's kind of soft. I don't know, he's kind of overrated. And he was like, this kid's really good. He's going to be really good at Kentucky. So that was another great thing to hear. And, I'm fired up to get him here, Carson. I mean, we've talked about the Yelovich conversation as weeks went on and he didn't get here, kind of, died down to people forgetting how good this kid can be. But I'll tell you this, he is going to be one of the, and I call him the wild cards on this team. He could be, I think that his floor is a solid role player for this team. And I think that his ceiling is absolutely nuts. I think his ceiling is one of the best power forwards in college basketball. And I'll take a player like that, where their floor is top 5 power forward in college hoops, and their ceiling or their ceiling is top 5 power forward.
Yeah, let's make a hot take this morning.
Yeah, that'd be a hot take. His floor is top 5 center. His ceiling is number 1. But where his ceiling is a top 5 power forward in college hoops, and his floor is a good depth piece for this basketball team. I'll take a player like that all day long. And like you said, Carson, a guy that's played professional ball, knows that. I mean, I think Yelovich is going to be great for this basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the same program that Jokic was in before he's became Jokic. Yeah. So he's in a good place right now, and he's only bringing experience and I don't know. They're gritty over there. There's not as
Mhm.
many foul calls, so he's going to be a physical specimen, and I'm super excited to watch him play.
Yeah, 100%. Agree with you there. But trying to think what else from the scrimmage. I mean, yeah, we heard a couple guys shot the ball well. I heard that our rebounding was good.
You see Cam Williams block on the famous Deron Lamb corner three. That's our guy.
Every time Cam Williams did anything, I was like a proud mom with at like a baseball game with my camera. I was like,
it's like the LeBron at the dunk contest where he's like,
yes. I mean, I was just every time Cam Williams does anything all year long, I'm gonna be like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like the youth baseball mom. Your kid hits a double, and that's my son. Gonna be that's my guy, Cam Williams. I predicted him to be nasty. That's my guy. I can't wait to root for Cam Williams. We need to buy Cam Williams like NIL jerseys. That needs to be that needs to happen.
But you were saying you were talking about rebounding. Yeah, the rebounding was supposedly really good. So that's a big thing because last year that was very, very lackluster. So if you can rebound against physical guys, grown men like that, and rebound well, then they shouted out Trent Noah and for crashing the glass, which we saw last year. Trent Noah all over the glass. So that's going to be huge for us this season and shoring up those rebounds and not losing loose balls. You got to get the loose balls. That's how you win games.
I mean, I'll never forget that game against Vandy where we lost and you and I were at. And Trent Noah got, really, that was honestly his kind of, here's Trent Noah kind of breakout. And he just kept getting gritty rebounds. And we were like, you go, Trent, like that. You know what I mean? Just getting hard fought rebounds.
He's just in the right places. Yeah. And part of rebounding is you got to be able to project where the ball is going to go.
Exactly. And so and once again, we were playing without probably, I wouldn't even say probably, I'll say definitely our best rebounder in Jaden Quaintance. So in the rebounding, of course, yeah. But I mean, in the rebounding last year, I mean, once again, hate bringing it up, but it killed us in the Sweet 16. It did. Rebounding killed us. How many second chance opportunities did they get in that basketball game? I was so angry about that. I literally had to go sit underneath the stadium. I was so angry. I was so mad about the rebounding. It was like grinding my gears. I was like, put me in. I'm going to foul or get a rebound. But
I had to exit Burl Brew at halftime or out of bed.
No. But cleaning that up, those little things, and I talked about it. The difference last year, I think the difference from last year to this year, there are two things: athleticism and then what I call them the little things: rebounding, winning 50-50 balls, closing out on 3-point shots. These things this team is going to be elite at, and I love hearing early into a scrimmage that we're rebounding the basketball well because it will pay off later in the season.
Yeah, 100%. And like you said, the athleticism has showed, especially on the video that came out. You can tell these guys can get to the rim. They can get to their spots because of how athletic they are. They won't get pushed around. They're faster, stronger. It's going to be a whole different era now.
Yeah. And I mean, this team, I've got so fired up from that video because, I mean, it's just everything that we've talked about. We see Jasper making threes, Cam and Aberdeen making threes.
Low saucing people up.
Exactly. Otega Owe looking like Otega. Yeah, I mean, just getting to the rim and
they said he was the MVP by far.
Yeah.
Like he dominated.
I mean, he's just going to have I think he's the best player in college basketball getting to the rim. I don't think that's debatable. I don't think that should even be a conversation. I think he's the best, in that aspect of the game.
And the video kind of showed the hitch may be gone.
Yeah. And I mean,
it looks good.
And I've talked about it. His shot form is not bad. The hitch just slows it up and kind of makes it funky looking. If he just doesn't hitch, it's a good looking jump shot. He just slows down right here. You know what I mean? And I was noticing that sometimes when I'd watch him warm up last year, I would like sit there and I would like watch him shoot the ball. And I'm like, and I would always think that I was like, if he just stopped doing that and just kept going, it would speed his shot up and probably make him more consistent. The thing a lot of people say is, and I mean, always shot like 36% from three last year. It's not like it was bad. It wasn't bad. It's just it was clear there were times where he passed up the rate. Like he was clearly not super comfortable with it.
Yeah, he had to be wide open.
Yeah,
for
and
him
if
to
he
step
gets
on that.
comfortable with it,
Mhm.
it just makes an elite player even better. And that's what should be scary to opposing teams. If he can
Oh, God.
become
If he
shoot
can-
2 threes a game and shoot 40% or shoot 2.5 threes a game, it's an extra. Because then you have to
You gotta
respect
press
it
up on
more.
him. Yeah,
And
you
then
gotta
what
press up
happens
on
if
him.
you do that, Carson?
Good luck. Good.
It's gonna look
your
like
center's
that
getting
guy.
dunked on. Your center's his nuts are in your center's face.
It's going to look like it's Friday morning, y'all. It's going to look like that play where Andrew Carr got blown by and dunked on last year.
Or the South Carolina dunk, or was it A&M? I forget. It was either A&M.
A&M, I think. It was
A&M. Yeah.
It was A&M because it was here. That was
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
So those are really – do you have any other takeaways from the scrimmage? We have a few more things to talk about, but any other thoughts from the scrimmage?
No, you mentioned that Collins set out. I think that's a big piece too, because I think people aren't talking enough about him. So I think him getting back to healthy is going to be huge.
Yeah, but and once again, that's not any kind of long-term injury concern. It's just there's no reason to throw him out.
He didn't want to push it in practice one day.
Exactly. But shout out to the La Familia guys. Like I said, it's they play tonight at 9:00, and I called you, Carson. Now I don't want to say this and they end up being nasty, but I was there doing some stuff for TBT last night, and the opponent that for Kentucky came out on the floor, and I was like, I looked up there and I'm like, is there like a men's league tonight? Are they doing is it like a men's league here in Memorial on like Thursday evenings? Like, is that like a thing? And I kept looking and I was like, oh, I guess that's the team Kentucky's playing. And I mean, you just turn on the TV and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, there's a couple athlete-looking guys on the team, but then there's a couple guys where you go, that dude looks like a YMCA warrior. So I don't know. We'll see. But Kentucky hopefully gets the dub tonight, moves on. If they win tonight, they play on Sunday.
Yeah, I think our team this year is better than the one we had last year too.
The only thing I hate is missing Sestina.
Yeah,
because he was awesome.
Oh, I love me some Nate Sestina.
And
he hates Louisville.
Yeah.
He hates Louisville.
Well, that's what happens if we win this. I think they call them regions. If we win our region, we go to Louisville. Why are they ranked?
Because Louisville fans can get behind the TBT because that's something they can actually win a couple games in, so they'll buy tickets for it.
Why do they
get their hopes up because their best players in franchise history are playing and are like not our best players are playing in this, so we aren't as hyped.
Yeah. If our best players were playing in this, it wouldn't be fair.
No. If you put a team of our best players together, it'd win the NBA freaking championship.
I think if you put together a team of our worst NBA players, we would win this. We would win every game by 20 points.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's crazy. So anytime Louisville talks about TBT, be like, well, what time does Shea play in this? Is he playing this? Oh, no, Russ Smith. Oh, cool, man. Sweet.
Cool.
Why is he playing? Is he not in the league? Why is he playing in this? Oh, okay. Noted. But yeah, I'm excited for TBT. It's fun, man. TBT is fun. I enjoy it. I'm excited to watch, Willie Cauley-Stein and just all these other the Harrison twins. It's fun to watch these guys. It's fun to root on UK guys.
And Khalil Whitney's back. Mm-hmm. That'll be awesome.
Rooting for that guy, man. Rooting for him.
Yeah,
rooting for him for sure. Jason Crow Jr. commits today, Carson. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, we know what's happening, but what?
Yeah, we got a comment that the last time we talked about Missouri saying that Lexington's not as nice as Columbia, Missouri, which is nuts. That's nuts. But he's going to Missouri. His dad's going to get hired by the team. But yeah, once he gets there, he's going to be in Missouri. Yeah, as soon as he steps on that campus, because there's nothing to do out there.
Man, we went from talking about dunking on people and putting stuff in people's faces to dad jokes. I mean, that's just a classic Wildcats Today Friday for y'all. But I'll tell you this. Yeah, he's going to Missouri. But I mean, obviously he hasn't committed yet, but best of luck to him. Have you ever been to Columbia, Missouri, Carson?
No, but it looks
I have.
miserable.
I have. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I drove through there going to the College World Series. Because you kind of go through, and I actually, that was kind of my the point where I like stayed the night there around there, because I like to like go to. I'm a big like going to D1 campuses guy. I just enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Of the SEC cities I've been to, Columbia, Missouri is the bottom of the list. I've only been to like 7, but it's.
I think I would give them the nod probably over Starkville.
I was getting ready to say I've never been to Starkville, but I would say that Starkville I've heard sucks too. I've never been there, but that's just what I've heard.
But I have a hot take this morning. I think Missouri should be kicked out of the SEC. They're not Southern. They're not an SEC school. Like, they're not located in they're not South.
Yeah.
Like, they're Midwest.
Yeah, they do. They have Big 12 written all over them. I will say what I thought that Drinkowitz was kind of funny at media days. Did you see the clips of him?
Yeah, and then the funniest thing was when Stoops was on there. They're like talking about the Epstein list, and he's like, "Yeah, Drink didn't comment on that," and it was like a weird question. And Stoops was like, "Yeah, I know why I didn't comment on that."
I did not see that.
It made me laugh so hard.
That's awesome. That's great.
And then shout out Nick Roush for asking about the motivated. He's like, "Are you extra motivated this year?" And Stoops gave him a political answer, and he was like, "No, I'm grateful." But it was a funny question.
Yeah, he's not motivated. You're motivated. I'm motivated. I'm motivated to get my work done today and drink some Sprite. That's what I'm motivated to do. But so I think what else we had more things to talk about. Crow going to Missouri, talked about the scrimmage, talked about Yelovich. What something else to talk about? You remember? There was something else we were going to talk about. It was like life changing. It was life altering stuff.
Life altering?
Yes, that was that serious.
Was it a new pizza being released at Donato's?
No, because if that was the case, I wouldn't be on here today. I'd be taking care of that. I'd be sitting there just like rubbing grease on myself after eating the entire thing in 4 minutes. Shout out Donato's. Shout out Reed and Rob, man.
Yeah.
But no, maybe that was all we had to talk about today.
Oh, it was cool that I'll mention this. It was cool that Warwick is on the TBT team now.
Yeah.
Lexington kid. That'll be fun to watch. He went nuts against us last year at Missouri.
And it was all like in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he did go nuts. That was a fun game. We watched that game at Clay's house, didn't we? We needed that one, and that was big for SEC tournament seeding, and that was
30-year-old Caleb Grill didn't have it against us.
Yeah. No, he did not. But TurboTax has him now. Those are all of my thoughts on the scrimmage, Carson. I think it was a good win. I think that it signifies how good this basketball team can be. We weren't healthy and won that basketball game against, once again, we're not playing the Spurs. Like, this was the Spurs, by the way, are like an adult, not the actual.
The YMCA Spurs. Shout out John O. They're the greatest team ever assembled at the YMCA.
They are nasty. But we're not talking about the San Antonio Spurs. We're talking about the YMCA Spurs. But I was impressed with everything I heard from this scrimmage. It all sounded like we handled business and we played well. And it sounds like, the TBT players were like, this team's going to be really good. So,
I will mention one thing. There was the interview. Did you see that interview they put out last night of Jaylen Low and Andrew Harrison?
Yeah,
y'all should go watch that. By the way, that was an awesome interview. But I thought what stuck out to me was that Andrew Harrison was like, "Yeah, Pope is all about Kentucky, and Cal was just more of a player's coach." I thought that was a pretty crazy quote from Andrew.
Yeah, and I don't think that is. I don't think even Cal would be like, "That's not true."
No. I agree. Cal's the NBA guy. Like, everyone knows that he's about putting the players in the NBA.
Yeah, and that's his thing. And once again, I mean, I think obviously Cal wasn't here trying to lose and put players in the NBA, but Pope is actively the only thing happening in his cranium is trying to win this program its 9th national title. And then as soon as that's done, you know what's going to be next?
10th.
Winning the team's 10th national title. These are the only things on his brain. I mean, that is all he cares about. It's kind of like me if Donato's puts out a new pizza, like you said, Carson. I mean, that'd be the only thing on the cranium is how do I get that? I need that. When they put the mirrored twin over here in Beaumont, Vince Carter.
It's over.
Vince Carter. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're going to be Team BMI times 7 when that happens. I mean, my goodness. I think I want to talk about now is what Pope, the little interview of him and Cameron Mills. I liked what he had to say about the scrimmage. And I mean, Coach Pope, the one thing about him is he never divulges too much information, which I think for what we are doing here on a podcast, trying to bring information is a little annoying, but at the same time, I get it. But I mean, he sounded pleased, and I think he liked where his team's at. I think he loves just being able to do these scrimmages. I think that he thinks it's good for his program. I liked everything Coach had to say in that interview. So once again, if you haven't checked that out, it was on the UK Sports Network on social media and all that. So go watch that.
Like we said, it's only positive playing against TBT. It only helps our team get better.
Exactly. So that's all I've got, Carson. What about you?
That's all I got. I hope everyone has a great Friday. Oh, what's your drink of choice tonight, Andrew? Putting you on the spot. 5, 4, 3.
I'm feeling heading down south. I want a Corona.
Oh, see, those odds would have been like plus 450. I was going Bush like minus 250.
No, I don't. Sometimes I like to, if I'm not going to be like having like a lot of Sprite, I prefer to go for taste.
Yeah.
And when that happens, give me a Corona. Blue Moon, that'll get the job done. I'm a big Blue Moon guy. Blue Moon, yeah, Blue Moon's really good. Those are the go-to for taste beers, or just a nice crisp IPA. We got any IPA guys? If you're an IPA guy, let us know in the comments.
And give us some recommendations.
Yeah, because I'm not an IPA guy.
No, but you never know until you try them, and I haven't tried all of them. So
yeah. I think one of the like Olympic events from now on should be drink an IPA and don't get a headache. If you do that, you get an Olympic medal. And
drink a couple IPAs and try not to wake up cross-eyed the next morning.
Yeah. Drink 3 transfusions and try not to shank your next drive. That's another. We can add all these things.
I might play that game today.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. There you go. But hey, like you said, like we said earlier, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that. We're starting to kind of inch closer and closer to 3K. So help us get there on the subscriber count. We'd really appreciate that. Hit that like button. Turn on the notifications so you know when we're posting stuff. We would appreciate all that. Follow our Twitter. It's going on the banner down below right there. And like we said, tonight, go watch the La Familia game. It is televised. Actually, let me go ahead and just let me go figure out.
Yeah, and tickets are $15. So they're not super expensive. It's in Memorial. If you have nothing to do tonight, you're in Lex, would be a fun time.
Yeah, it's at 9 p.m. tonight on FS1. So go check that out. Because we want to support these guys. So go watch that tonight. Go to the game. Like you said, tickets are not that expensive.
You get to watch Kentucky legends. I mean, these guys are legends that played here. So it's pretty cool.
So yeah, go make sure to check out the game tonight. But that's going to do it for us today here on the Wildcats Today Podcast. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.